Welcome back to Real Reddit Moments, where we explore stories about family boundaries, parental control, and the question of, am I a bad person? That will make you think deeply about the balance between freedom and safety. Today, we're diving into a very real and disturbing story that raises questions about the boundaries of teen privacy, the responsibility of parents to protect, and whether installing a lock on their door is a solution or an intrusion. The story is titled AITA for installing a lock on her teenage daughter's door after she started inviting boyfriends home without permission. Is OP an over-controlling parent, someone who did the right thing to protect her child and family, or someone who escalated a sensitive situation to an unnecessarily tense level? Find out and let us know what you think. This story comes from Reddit user WorriedParentOP. We'll call her him OP, a parent who is facing a dilemma with her daughter. OP has a teenage daughter, whom we'll call daughter Chloe, who is around 16 to 17 years old. Chloe recently got a boyfriend, and OP and her spouse, if applicable, were initially very happy for her. They tried to be open, allowing Chloe's boyfriend to come over at appropriate times and under adult supervision. However, over time, OP began to notice worrying changes. Chloe began to sneak her boyfriend over when no one was home, or at late hours without asking her parents' permission. OP discovered this through small signs, such as Chloe's door being closed unusually, strange noises, or neighbors seeing Chloe's boyfriend coming in and out of the house at inappropriate times. OP has talked to Chloe about this issue several times. OP explained that inviting her boyfriend home without permission is unacceptable, not only out of respect for her parents, but also out of respect for Chloe's own safety and the family's privacy. OP has set clear rules. Her boyfriend can come over at certain times, an adult must be home at all times, and the door must be open if both of them are in the house. Chloe promised to comply, but OP continued to find out that she had reoffended. Chloe was upset about being supervised, and insisted that she was old enough to take responsibility for herself. OP felt that trust had been completely broken. She/he realized that words were no longer enough to stop Chloe, and that a stronger measure was needed to ensure safety and re-establish boundaries. After repeated ineffective reminders and feeling extremely anxious about her daughter's safety in her own home, OP made a difficult decision: install a lock on the outside of Chloe's bedroom door. This lock allows Chloe to lock herself from the inside when she is in the room, but OP also has a key, so that she can open the door from the outside when necessary, e.g., in an emergency or when Chloe is not home and no one is in the room. This is not a lock to lock Chloe in, but rather a way to control access to unwanted people, especially when there is no adult supervision. When Chloe discovered the new lock, she went into a rage. Chloe felt deeply insulted, violated, and treated like a child. She said OP was overreacting, not trusting her, turning her room into a prison, and destroying their relationship. Chloe felt this was an act of authoritarian control and disrespect for her freedom. The argument escalated. OP felt completely justified in keeping her daughter safe and restoring order in the home, but was accused by her own daughter of being a bad person. In search of validation and advice, OP posted her story on Reddit, asking the community, AITA. OP's post exploded on Reddit, garnering tens of thousands of comments and hundreds of thousands of upvotes. The thread touched on one of the most contentious issues in teen parenting: the balance between freedom and control. The vast majority of the Reddit community sided with OP, affirming that she/he is not a terrible person at all. They emphasized the right of parents to protect their children and maintain safety in the home. You are under no obligation to provide complete privacy to your child when she has proven that she cannot be trusted. Your child's safety and respect for family rules come first. She wants privacy, get her own apartment. This comment received tens of thousands of upvotes and multiple Reddit awards. She's been sneaking her boyfriend home. It's perfectly reasonable for you to install a lock to protect her from her own bad decisions. You are doing your job as a parent. This is not a privacy issue. This is a safety and respect issue. You talked to her, she didn't listen. Now it's time to act. She'll understand when she gets older. If she's old enough to bring her boyfriend home without permission, she's old enough to understand the consequences of being caught. I'm a parent of a teenager myself. I understand your concerns. You've tried talking, but when that doesn't work, you have to find other ways to keep your child safe. A few comments tried to offer a more balanced perspective, or suggested better communication, or considered the psychological impact on the daughter. Parents have a right to protect their children, and teens need a certain amount of privacy. Maybe it's possible to find a less stressful solution, or have a more serious conversation about trust. This comment is often disputed and gets fewer upvotes if the relationship is permanently damaged. Chloe is wrong to be sneaky, but putting a lock on the door could cause a huge breach of trust and make her want to sneak even more. Criticize the narrator. This is relatively small and usually focuses on OP invading her privacy and damaging her relationship with her daughter. You are turning your home into a prison. Your daughter will feel trapped and distrusted. This will only make her want to sneak even more. You have sabotaged your relationship because of control. This comment is often strongly disputed and gets many downvotes. You are destroying her self-esteem and autonomy. Instead of putting a lock on the door, rebuild trust and open communication. In addition to the 1,000 times NTA comment mentioned above, another comment also touched the hearts of many people and caused an emotional storm, with its sharp analysis of the role of parents and the consequences of not setting boundaries. You are not only protecting your daughter from potential dangers, but also protecting your own home from disrespectful behavior. She violated your trust, and setting a clear boundary, even by installing a lock, is completely justified. Do not feel guilty for doing your duty as a parent. This comment received thousands of upvotes and awards, emphasizing the need for protection. The Reddit community not only gave their verdict, but also actively interacted and expanded this topic into many deeper discussions, providing advice and sharing personal experiences. Privacy of minors as safety. A debate about what boundaries are appropriate for teen privacy in the parent's home. Alternatives suggesting other solutions such as family counseling, other punishments, or rebuilding trust from the ground up. Long-term consequences of over-control. Discuss whether over-controlling will damage the relationship. Personal experiences of parents. Countless stories of dealing with secretive teens and the measures they took. Laws regarding minor privacy. Some comments delve into the legal aspects, depending on the country. Overall, the Reddit community has been very supportive of the OP, seeing his actions as necessary to protect the child and family. After receiving overwhelming support and insightful advice from the Reddit community, OP gained the strength to face this difficult situation. She/he has had some important updates about what happened next and how she/he is feeling. Summary of updates. Tensions escalate. Chloe is still very angry and is distancing herself from OP. Their relationship is extremely strained. She is constantly whining and feels unfairly treated. OP remains steadfast. Although it is heartbreaking to see her daughter angry, OP is standing by her decision. She/he believes this is a necessary measure to ensure her his safety and teach her his child a lesson about boundaries and trust. No more sneaking boyfriend home. While no one knows for sure, it seems that Chloe has stopped sneaking boyfriend home after getting the padlock. This has helped OP feel more secure about his safety. Looking for ways to mend the relationship, OP acknowledges that the relationship is damaged and is looking for ways to mend it, such as suggesting family counseling or spending more quality time with Chloe, but still holds firm to her principles of boundaries. Feeling validated. The support of the Reddit community helped OP feel validated that she did the right thing, even if it might temporarily hurt her daughter's feelings. OP is currently feeling both anxious and determined, concerned about the strained relationship with her daughter, but determined to keep her safe. He understands that parenting a teenager is a challenging journey and sometimes requires difficult decisions. OP hopes that Chloe will grow up and understand the good intentions of her parents. He is willing to continue working to rebuild trust and a more positive relationship with her daughter, but not abandoning basic safety principles. OP's story is a vivid illustration of the challenges parents face as their children enter their teens. It highlights core issues of trust, privacy, safety, and the importance of setting clear boundaries. Conflicting emotions in the story OP's. Initially, anxiety, disappointment, and betrayal of trust when she discovers her child is sneaking around. Then comes determination, fear for her child's safety when deciding to install a lock. Finally, heartbreak, sadness because of the strained relationship, but also relief for doing the right thing. Daughter Chloe's. Initially, there may be innocence, a desire for freedom and exploration. Then comes anger, hurt, feeling violated, and disrespected when the lock is installed. From the Reddit community, from outrage at the daughter's secretive behavior, to empathy at the parents, to reasoned analysis of the role of parents, privacy, and solutions. The Reddit community, in this case, served as a solid support and voice of reason. When OP felt confused and criticized by her own daughter, the community provided a space for him to share her story and receive empathy and validation. Receiving an overwhelming NTA verdict helped OP strengthen her confidence in her decision. This proves that Reddit can be a place to seek understanding, support, and helpful advice when dealing with complex, personal, and social issues. Character analysis OP narrator represents a responsible parent who places a high value on safety and order in the family. He is willing to accept the tension in the relationship to protect the child from potential risks and teach the child about the consequences of breaching trust. Daughter Chloe represents a teenager who is in the process of seeking independence and freedom but may not yet be fully aware of the consequences of reckless or disrespectful behavior. Lessons learned. Safety comes first. It is the responsibility of parents to protect their children, especially when they are not mature enough to make safe decisions for themselves. Boundaries and trust. In the family, clear boundaries are essential. When trust is broken, re-establishing boundaries, even through harsh measures, may be necessary. Actions have consequences. Children need to learn that their actions will have certain consequences, and parents have the right to take measures to teach them. Home is the parent's place. Even though it is the child's private room, the house is still owned and managed by the parents, especially when the child is a minor. Communication and listening. Although communication is ineffective in this case, it does not negate the importance of parents and children trying to talk, listen, and understand each other. Control is not always bad. In some cases, parental control is necessary to protect children from potential dangers, especially when children put themselves in risky situations. OP's story is a testament to the fact that parenting is a challenging journey that requires patience, love, and sometimes courageous, heartbreaking decisions. It's a poignant reminder of the importance of protecting our children, setting boundaries within our families, and learning to balance empowering and keeping the people we love the most safe. What do you think of this story? If you were OP, how would you handle this situation? Have you ever faced a similar issue with your own children or parents? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Thank you for following Real Reddit Moments. See you in the next story.